Hi, my name is Roger Plooster. I'm an agronomist with Golden Harvest Seed Company here in southwest Minnesota. I want to visit with you today a little bit about prioritizing your corn harvest. As we all know, it's been a challenging season again this year. We had a lot of wet conditions, and with those wet conditions come a few issues out in these cornfields. We've been seeing some poor root development in some areas. We've been seeing a fair amount of crown rot, especially in the wetter, more saturated type soils. And of course, we saw some early season nitrogen loss there with all the moisture that we had. Couple that with minimal heat units throughout the growing season here, and some cloudy weather in the early grain field period has led us to some stock quality issues again this season. So a couple things we need to know about stock rots and stock quality when we're talking about it is number one, stock rots are really opportunistic. They infest the plant early, and then they wait for that plant to go through a stress period, and that's when they attack basically. Number two is you got to realize that a corn plant's main goal is to fill that ear. No matter what, it's going to kill itself trying to fill that ear. In other words, cannibalize itself trying to fill that ear. Number three actually is anything that inhibits either photosynthesis or nutrient uptake through that grain field period is really detrimental to corn production. So when you get a situation where we have a lack of photosynthesis, in other words, lack of sugar and starch production, poor nutrient uptake, especially nitrogen, through that grain field period, that corn is probably going to cannibalize itself and end up with some stock rots. They'll take advantage of that situation and really infest the plant. So growers this fall need to be aware and need to be diligent about walking their fields, checking for stock rots, and then prioritizing their corn harvest. Two ways to really check for stock rots, and we'll get down here a little bit and take a look. Number one is to do the pinch test. So go down in these lower nodes, pinch the stalk, and if it collapses, obviously we've got some stalk issues and probably some stock rots going out. This corn plant happens to be pretty healthy and looking pretty good, but that's one way to check. Number two is to grab the ear or the corn plant about ear height and push it over into the adjacent row until the top touches the adjacent row, and then release it. And if the corn plant doesn't pop back or breaks off, then we know we've got some stock rot issues. And if we're seeing 10% or more that are breaking off or not popping back, we need to get this field harvested just as soon as possible. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. Thank you, and have a safe harvest.